It's the most wonderful time of the year. You might think I'd be busting out into a Christmas carol with a line like that, but my friends, today, Hockey Canada has announced their selection camp roster for the 2023 IIHF World Junior Championship in Halifax, Nova Scotia this year. How sweet does that sound? It's something I've much long teased so far this year on Dolynny TV, and here we are, December 5th, ready to rock and roll. A Monday to get the week going. The Oilers play at 6:30, and my friends, we are talking about this Oilers team potentially going on another little bit of a streak here, but we got World Juniors news, and that is much more important to me in the month of December than what the Oilers are doing, win, lose, or otherwise at this point, simply because, my goodness, my favorite time of the year every year on Dolynny TV is the World Juniors. With that said, this is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to the channel as we get set to discuss all about this World Juniors roster that we are about to unveil here on the channel, the selection camp roster that is. There's 29 members that have, kind of joined up to be ready for this World Juniors coming up here on Boxing Day. We'll go over the list of names. There's some notables, obviously. Reed Schaefer, for you Oilers fans, of course, well, he's there and he is ready to make an impact with that big frame that he so has, that we are so excited about. With that said, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do over the next 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes me to get through this list of names, is consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. I'd be grateful to have you along for, of course, all the World Junior coverage this season, and of course, all my Edmonton Oilers coverage throughout the NHL season that will continue on once the World Juniors are up and over with. With that, I'm going to step aside to here so as I can just read some names, and I just have to bend out a frame to read the top name. We're starting with goaltenders, my friends, and Ty Brennan is a name that some of you might be familiar with, especially if you're out in BC. Prince George WHL product right now, 6'3", 190 pounds in net, a New Jersey Devils pick in 2022. Followed up by Benjamin Gaudreau, who's 6'2", 172 pounds. Sarnia Sting OHL product right now, San Jose draft pick in 2021. So he's got the most experience out of anyone in net for Team Canada. And then you've got Thomas Milic, I believe is how you're going to pronounce that, 6'1", 175 pounds in net for the Seattle Thunderbirds. He's a draft product that is draft eligible this year, so keep an eye on him. It's going to be between him and William Rousseau, who will be having to make up the third goaltender on this Team Canada roster this year. I think automatically the two guys that got drafted in the past couple of years are going to be on there, but between Milic and Rousseau, you're going to have to sit there and decide who's going to be your third string. Rousseau with Quebec Ramparts of the QMJHL, a 2023 draft product as well. I'm going to scroll down quickly here, so pardon me, this is a little bit different way of doing it. If I had some guys that I could pay to do this for me, we would, but unfortunately YouTube doesn't pay that well. Again, I scrolled the wrong way. Nolan Allen, a Seattle Thunderbirds prospect as well. Chicago draft pick in 2021. By the way, Chicago's got quite a few draft eligible players on this team, or drafted players on this team, pardon me. Ethan Del Mastro on this team as well, 6'4", 206. I think there's a little bit of uppity on Twitter about Ethan Del Mastro. Again, I never claim to be a guy that knows much about this World Juniors roster before it actually takes shape, before we get to hear James Duthie, Bob McKenzie, all those guys give us their actual takes on these players. I don't really know much. Like, who am I going to be as an Oilers YouTuber researching a 2021 draft pick by the Chicago Blackhawks? I don't care. We will care about him when he's scoring points for us at 6'4" on the blue line on the power play, whatever he does. You got Tyson Hines, an Anaheim draft pick in 2021, 6'3". I could go through all these team names, but I think that kind of wastes the point. Kevin Korchinski, another Chicago draft pick on the back end, 2022 though, 6'3" back there. So I'm just interested. This looks to be a very big boy team that the Canadian Selection Committee has made for this World Juniors. Carson Lambos on the back end as well. He is with the Winnipeg Ice, a Minnesota draft pick. Jack Mathieu, I believe is how you pronounce that, 6'4". Nashville draft pick in 2021. So all of these guys on the forward group and defense, 99 out of 100, are draft picks already in the NHL. Evan Noss, a 6'2" defenseman with Quebec, Florida draft pick in 2021 as well at the selection camp. Ethan Sampson, Philadelphia draft pick in 2021, also here. And then, of course, you've got situationally too. He's 6'3". My cat's freaking out for some dang reason. My apologies. And Olin Zellweger, who was there a couple of times already for Canada, an Everett pick and an Everett player and an Anaheim draft pick in 2021. All right, that's your defensive group. Let's move forward to the forwards, shall we? Caden Bankier, a Minnesota draft pick in 2021. Of course, Minnesota has a couple draft picks as well. 6'2". Owen Beck there as well, 6'0", Montreal pick in 2022. And there was a lot of thought that he might actually make the Montreal Canadiens opening roster, and he didn't. He's back there in Mississauga, so we'll see what he brings to the roster. I'm sure he'll be there. And talking about sure he'll be there, how about Connor Bedard, 5'10", one of the shorter guys on this team this time out. 2023 draft pick, of course, the consensus #1, unless Adam Fantilli has something to say about it. But as it currently sits, yes, indeed. Connor Bedard looking to absolutely put that #1 status to a T at this World Juniors. Zachary Bolduc, 6'1", St. Louis 2021 draft pick, another Quebec Ramparts player. You got Colton Dach with the Kelowna Rockets, who's a Chicago pick in 2021, so that's another 4th pick here. How about this? Zach Dean, Vegas Golden Knights pick. Colton Dach, by the way, 6'4". If you're looking for a guy to play the power forward game, that's more or less probably why he's there. Zach Dean there for the Vegas Golden Knights 2021 draft pick. Gatineau, Quebec product. And then you got Jordan Dumais, who's absolutely, by everything we hear, tearing up the QMJHL Columbus Blue Jackets 2022 pick. Adam Fantilli, who's a 2023 draft eligible. He is there, 6'2". He's tearing up the NCAA. Of course, he's gotten a lot of coverage. Nathan Gaucher, I believe is how you pronounce that. Again, I'm not 100% sure on some of these names, so pardon me. But he's with Quebec Ramparts. Again, you're kind of seeing trends here. An Anaheim pick in 2022. Ryan Green, a NCAA product. We're getting deep into this video. Apologies. Right there as well, a Montreal, Chicago draft pick as well. Riley Kidney, a Montreal prospect. So again, Montreal and Chicago coming up here quite a bit in this list. They are, well, he is a 2021 draft pick with Acadia Bathurst. So the QMJHL very well represented at this World Juniors, by the way. So is the Dub for some reason. The OHL lacking behind here. Zach Ostapchuk, I think is how you pronounce that. Ottawa draft pick in 2021. And then you got Brennan Othman, the New York Rangers pick in 2021. Again, all these guys over 6 foot, pretty much, except for Jordan Dumais, Logan Stankoven, and Connor Bedard. You got Joshua Roy in there with the Montreal pick as well in 2021. Reed Schaefer, we finally get down the list far enough to the 2022 draft pick. And Logan Stankoven, the 5'8" right wing shot with Kamloops Blazers, a Dallas pick in 2021. Folks, that's your list of World Juniors players for selection camp. Now, the best part of selection camp is you can argue who's not here, who should be here, and kind of what the deal should look like for Team Canada in the late goings of this month come Boxing Day. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You got 29 guys to choose from now. You need to come down to 23 guys, I believe it is, instead of the 25 it's been for the past 3 tournaments. And now this is the beauty of it, is Reed Schaefer, I think at 6'4", 219 is almost an absolute lock the way he started the season to be there. But there is, as Oilers fans, no guarantee that Reed Schaefer will be there at the World Juniors for us. But as it looks, we'll have another Team Canada prospect to be watching this World Juniors this time out. Folks, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thanks so much for tuning into the first edition of World Juniors discussion here on the channel today. I look forward to discussing it further with you. And tonight, let's go Oilers as we face the Washington Capitals, a 6:30 puck drop. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am up on out of here. If I could find my mouse. Hold on, I think I found it. Nope, it's still over there.